2 days removed from returning from Culiacan. Mika and I are on our way to La Paz. Actually, she's 2 days removed from La Paz. What do we always do when we are road tripping? We get some burritos. So I got 2 chicharron burritos, 2 beefsteak, 2 tamales, and a medium coffee for a whopping 198 pesos. Those chicharron, when I can get those from those ladies, that's a good day. So we're heading down to La Paz because Mika is competing in the State Olympics in heptathlon. This is a brand new event for her. She just started a couple months ago training for it. So that's the good news. The bad news is she came home from her softball state tournament. Well, they got a bronze medal, which is cool. But she came home sick. And so she stayed home from school yesterday sick. She woke up today sick. She competes tomorrow. So we're going to have nothing but positive wishes on this 10-hour drive to La Paz today for her to be healthy. It's my birthday. It's the 29th. Couldn't think of too many other ways I'd rather spend the day than with my daughter. One thing I was thinking about earlier was how cool it is being a father, a parent. It's definitely one of the joys of my life. We are coming into the little oasis of San Ignacio. Cool little place in the desert. There's this lagoon, freshwater lagoon that people swim in, and lots of palm trees surrounded by all this volcanic rock. I've only stayed here for 2 nights, and it wasn't by choice. About 27 years ago, I was coming down from some friend's place in Gonzaga Bay, and I was headed to some friend's place down in Cabo San Lucas. Well, some winds picked up. The winds are pretty strong, and they blew the oil tanker that comes over from the mainland to Santa Rosalia, and there was no gas available in all of Baja Sur, at least for a long ways around. I got holed up at the Pemex here in San Ignacio, and I was there for 2 nights, no gas, and what I thought was gonna be a bad thing turned out to be a really cool thing. It became a huge party. There must have been about 50 vehicles there, and in the afternoon a guy would come on his bike selling fresh baked bread. I met this couple, I want to say they're from Arizona, and in the afternoons they had this like van. They would drink their moonshine, and it's just a fun event, you know. Oh no, what was funny was the ranchers would come in and try and sell gas to people, and it was crazy how much they were charging. So I just stuck it out. I met some cool people, and then the following year my dad and I were exploring. I want to say we were someplace north of Gonzaga in the middle of nowhere, and I see this van coming at me on this dirt road, and I tell my dad, I know these people. And he's like, you do not know them. I'm like, I know them, Dad. Sure enough, we pull up next to them, and it's the people that were camping next to me at the Pemex drinking their moonshine. And just goes to show how small Baja is. I mean, it's a big peninsula, over 1,000 miles long, but I run into people all the time that I know, and here is the Pemex that I was at. "27 years later." 3 Virgins, volcanoes. It's one area I want to go check out. There's like an eco-friendly hotel, and you can go out there and stay, and they make meals and stuff for you. And I've always wanted to check it out. And you can hire a guide. I think the last I heard it was 500 pesos a person, but don't quote me on that necessarily. And a guide, you can hike up to the top of the volcano. So that's definitely on my list of things to do, which it's a long list of things I want to do. All right, we're coming into Cachanilla, or also known as Santa Rosalia. Little heads up here, there is a big long downhill. I forgot the name of this downhill, but be careful. Trucks go slow. There's a lot of accidents. A lot of times there's the National Guard patrolling here, so just take it easy. I've seen a lot of accidents. There's a lot of evidence of crashes on the side of the road. It's straight down. What's nice is they've widened the road over the years. This used to be really narrow, but over time, like most of the roads in Baja, they've gotten so much better. I guess that's progress. Also known as Cachanilla to the locals. Santa Rosalia is one of those towns, kind of like we talked about recently in a recent video about like Mexicali, definitely overlooked by tourists. A lot of people just roll right through here. And I think for kind of good reason. In the past, the town was kind of dirty. There wasn't a whole lot here. But a while back, I'm not sure exactly how long, maybe 10 years ago, the mines reopened here. And with those mines came a lot of money and a lot of workers with money. And they've really been cleaning up the town. And it's one of those hidden gems. We love to come here. There's good food. The people are great. It's also the center of our municipality. In Mexico, they have municipalities that are kind of like the equivalent of a county in the United States. So we are in the municipality of Mulege. So there's the town of Mulege, which is located in the municipality of Mulege. So Santa Rosalia is the government center for our municipality. And here is a fun fact that I don't think you know. Mulege, the municipality, is the largest municipality in all of Mexico. Not for the number of people, but as far as the size of it. So this is where a lot of the government activities take place. We like to stay at a place called Hotel Francis. It is actually the original mines that started, I want to say like in the late 1800s. They were French mines. And they brought over the wood from France, and they built these huge plantation houses up on the cliffs overlooking the ocean. And so we stayed at this hotel. It's over 100 years old, and the wood's all creaky when you're walking, and the floors are slanted. But we like it, one, because it's got a lot of character. Two, you can walk to town. There's some other good hotels. Hotel Moro is a nice place overlooking the ocean, and there's a place called Las Cabanas, which is supposed to be really nice. The downside to those hotels, in my opinion, is it's hard to walk to town, and I really think if you're going to stay in Santa Rosalia, get out and walk the streets. All the buildings are made out of wood. It's totally different than any other city in Baja Sur. You need to check out the church, which was designed by Henry Eiffel. You got to check out the French bakery. The food, the bread there is so delicious. Give this town, just give this town a chance. Give it a night, walk around. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. We'll be passing an island. Actually, you can kind of see it off in the distance there. What's kind of cool about that island is Mika and her softball team went and played, actually she played for the baseball team, the boys baseball team, and they went out there. They went on a panga and spent the night out there, and so that was kind of a neat experience for her. Couple more thoughts about Santa Rosalia. There's a new brewery here, Padre Santo. It's supposed to be pretty good. I haven't been there yet, but based on the people that, friends of mine that have been there, they said it's pretty good. Looks like they have good food too. One thing I want to do is you can take a tour of the old mines. So that's something that's definitely on my list of things I want to do. So things to check out. We are coming into Mulege, which is a pretty cool place. My first time here as an adult was, I don't know, 25 years ago, something like that. I could look it up because it was the same weekend or same week, I'm not sure what it was, when Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield fought. The infamous fight where Tyson bit off Holyfield's ear. Because when we were in Acapulco, Mika had made the state all-star team and was playing in a national softball tournament there. And after the last game, I was talking to her coach, who's from Mulege, and I shared with him that same exact story about my first time here in Mulege. To my surprise, he said, I was at that same fight. We weren't at the actual fight. We were at the Hotel Hacienda in Mulege, watching it on the big screen TV. And I was like, how crazy is this? Well, it's a pretty cool little town. People get sucked into here. They come and they buy cute houses on the river, thinking that it's paradise. And they don't do enough research to find out that when it rains in the mountains that the houses get flooded. And I've seen, heard, and met many people who have lost everything. And I don't know if they were just naive or didn't do their research, but this town has a long history of flash floods. Maybe not flash floods, but flooding As you head south out of Mulege, there's a lot of new growth out here. A lot of people moving here, and recently I'm hearing a lot of complaints about how expensive things are getting in all of Baja. Luckily, we're still kind of isolated where we live. Not trying to make a, not trying to debate a point here, just bringing it up. We went to Mulege Brewing up here, which has really good beer and good food. But I was kind of surprised at how expensive it was. And I don't say that you're not getting value for it, but a lot of places seem to have US style pricing nowadays. I guess that's progress, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, if you are in town, check out Mulege Brewing if you want a good beer. They seem to be doing good business. I know they donate a lot to the community, which is really cool. South of Mulege, you'll come upon Conception Bay, which is one of the most beautiful places I've seen. I haven't stayed there too often though, because over the years it's just gotten more and more packed with RVs and camper vans and this and that, which I'm not knocking them. That's not my point. It's just when I go to camp, I want to be with nature. But you know, so good for the people that have the concessions to the beaches, because they're doing great business. But it's just gotten crazy over the years. All right, we're rolling into Loreto now. Beautiful town. I haven't spent a whole lot of time here. Maybe 7, 8, 9 nights. One, it's always been expensive. As long as I've been coming to Baja, it's kind of been expensive. But it's a good place. Also, it's kind of the location for like wherever I'm traveling to, it's either real close to it or real far. So kind of haven't stayed here a whole lot. But the one thing of note is it is the closest town with a big airport from us. It's about 300 miles from Bahia Asuncion right now. But beautiful town, like I said, very tropical. One thing that I like about this town or this area, the beaches are beautiful, but what's more beautiful to me are the stunning mountains behind it. They just go straight up. They're green. Anyway, it's the mountains that always I can look at forever. So as you leave Loreto, the road, as you leave south, I should say, from Loreto, the road slowly climbs up into the mountains and starts to head west. I forgot the exact mileage, but I'm gonna guess about 40 miles or so. There'll be a road that goes to this little village called Agua Verde. I want to bring up Agua Verde because it's a very special place for a couple reasons. If you've been there, you'll be like, oh my gosh, this place is incredible, which it is. But it's also the place that about 23 years ago I proposed to Tracy on Christmas morning. I could do a whole video on that morning. It was kind of funny. I definitely egged her on a little bit the night before, so let's just say she wasn't so happy with me on Christmas morning. And I proposed to her, and she thought it was a joke until I pulled out the ring. I actually had to ask her 2 times if she'd marry me, because the first time she didn't answer me. But anyway, at that point, on the internet, which was pretty new, I was going by the adventures of Baja Boy. But because she said yes, it all changed, and now we have the adventures of Familia Baja Boy. All right, as we get into La Paz, I got thinking, back in 2004, that's when Tracy and I got married. We had our civil ceremony with the judge in Cabo San Lucas, and then we had our fun wedding with vows and everything in a little place called Elias Calles, which is south of Pescadero, north of Cabo San Lucas. We drove down there for the wedding, and on the way home, we spent one night in La Paz. I think that might have been my first time actually spending time in La Paz. Fast forward to today, who would have ever imagined I'm joining my daughter at the State Olympics for her in the heptathlon. Pretty crazy story. Well, stay tuned until the next episode, until our next video. We're going to explore La Paz a little bit. I'm definitely going to be showing some of the Olympics, the different events, and we'll see how Mikayla does. Anyway, thanks for following along.